Hey Space Cadets, Lanchin here. Welcome back to my channel. I've been seeing a lot of new people recently, so I want to say hello and welcome to all those newcomers. Thank you again for everybody coming back and supporting and watching my videos. So I'm finally doing it. I am making a artist help video.
Did that make sense?
It's about time I finally made my list and I'm ready to share it with you. Ow. Pretty much this list is just things I wish I knew starting out as a beginner artist. I'll say beginner, but it could just be artist in general. So the first tip, and this is probably the most important, is to not care about what anyone thinks. It sucks that this is the most important one because it's also the hardest one to do. Not caring about what other people think about your artwork is really, really hard. Not only in just art, but any hobby, any career goal that you have. People's opinions tend to get the best of you. It's only natural for us as humans to dwell on the one bad comment that we heard and just ignore all the good stuff. It happens, don't feel bad, you aren't the only one. But if you're that type of person that is worried about their stuff not looking good enough, and that's why you're not sharing it, oof, that's a really bad excuse not to share. It's a bad excuse not to share because you're learning and you're growing. So your work is only going to get better. You might as well share your journey with people. So this takes me to part 2. The tip is join an art community and make as many art friends as you possibly can. This will definitely help you not care what other people think because you'll be friends with people doing the exact same thing as you with the same goals, and that's really important for you to achieve the things you want to in life. And whenever you feel like you are worried about people's opinions, those friends will really carry you through it and give you the confidence boost that you may need to continue moving forward and doing what you have to do. I don't know why when I started I never joined any sort of art community, but looking back now, I wish I would have because it would have helped me so much. Number 3, don't compare your work to other people. If you find yourself getting on social media and not using it for inspiration, then just get off of it, because if you're on there comparing yourself to other artists, it's just bad. It makes you have negative thoughts towards your own artwork. I used to do that a lot in the beginning. I wasn't even looking at people that did similar work to me. I was looking at people that did completely different types of art, and I would compare myself to them, which makes no sense at all. And what I learned is that no one can do you and no one can replicate you. Even if someone's making the exact same piece, it's still going to look different from another person doing the exact same piece. Number 4, finding your niche and sticking to it.
Niche.
However you want to say it. This is really important because in the beginning for me, I'm sorry if I keep bombarding you with all these stories, but I'm speaking from personal experience and that's why I came up with these tips. So in the beginning, I always wanted to do space art. It was the only art I wanted to do, but I was so worried about other people and what they might think, and I was worried that I wouldn't get the audience to support my work. The thoughts that would run through my head were,
who's gonna like space art? Why would people like space art?
that's what I thought. But once I stopped caring what people thought and I actually just stuck to my niche and just did it, that was when the people I wanted surrounded me and I got the community that I had been dying for and praying for. I'm filming a little insert clip here because there's some stuff that I wanted to add on to this answer that I did not put in the previous recording, so here we go. Having a niche will help you understand the types of buyers you're going to have, the audience that you should target, the type of aesthetic you should create, the entire theme surrounding your artwork. It'll also make it easier for you to focus on marketing and deciding the best arena, and it will make it easier for people to remember your work. Not only that, you're gonna love what you do all the time because you chose that for yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. When you join an art community, it's so easy to ask others for help. Yeah, Google is great, YouTube is great, but if I would have had friends, it would have been a lot easier to get the help that I needed, and people are always willing to help you out for the most part. It's very rare you'll write somebody and they just won't reply. So don't even sweat it. You will find people that will want to help you, and it does not hurt to ask. The only reason I even started resin art was because I asked somebody that did it for help, and she had a bunch of followers and I had none, and she still helped me out. She told me what I needed to buy, all the stuff she used. So if it wasn't for me asking somebody for help, I wouldn't be where I am today. Number 6, trust the timing of your life. When you're going through the journey of learning how to be an artist, it's really, really, really easy to have negative thoughts and think,
When is it gonna happen for me? When is my time?
By the time you actually are as good as you want to be and you've started to achieve your goals, you'll be able to look back and see that all the experience that you had gained from as much time as it took you to get from where you were to where you are now was for a reason and it had a purpose. So trust the timing of your life. Don't look at other people's journey because that has nothing to do with you and you don't know how long someone else has been working on their craft. Number 7, invest in yourself early on. What I mean by that is buy the best of the best materials. You know, don't go out and spend, I don't know, $25 on a tube of paint, but definitely don't get the cheapest stuff that they have. I say this because learning to be an artist and painting and whatever medium you're using, it's so much harder if you're using cheaper materials. You won't even be learning the correct way if you're using cheaper stuff. It's really easy to think that if you're getting started to use cheaper products to learn. If being an artist is a future career goal, then investing in yourself now is not a big deal because you have nothing to lose. Trust me on this one. Number 8 is don't half-ass be an artist.
Should I get that out? Is that fine?
What I mean by that is when somebody comes up to you and they ask what you do not say anything to them along the lines of,
well, I kind of dabble in art, like trying to get into art right now. Not really good yet.
Don't say stuff like that. Just say you are an artist, period. That's what you want to say. Because if you doubt yourself, they're not going to be interested in seeing your art. There's more that goes into this too though. If you are a successful artist, you want to think, how would you act? How would you talk to people? How would you dress? How would you sound? How would you carry yourself? What would your confidence level be like? You want to ask these questions and you want to be that person. You want to branch out and get your art out into the world more. You got to make sure that the way you carry yourself makes people automatically assume you are an artist, and the way you talk about your art makes people intrigued and they want to know more about it. You know you're doing something right when someone comes up to you and they go,
you look like an artist. Are you an artist?
that's when you know you're doing something right. You have to think of it this way. If someone came up to you and you asked what they did and they were like,
I kind of do art a little bit.
would you be interested in seeing their work? If being an artist is your career goal, then you got to make sure that you're confident in what you're saying and it comes off that you love your work so other people will love it too. Sorry, that was a long answer. That was way too long. Whew. Okay, this was a lot. All right, let's do this. Number 9. Okay, forgive yourself and remember that you won't be good right away. Some people are naturally good at these things. Some people are so good at art right away and they're just born with it. Maybe they're born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. But I was not one of those people. I've been painting and drawing since I was little, but I wasn't very good. You may not be as good as you want to be right away, and that's okay. You just gotta stay present in the moment, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and don't get mad or upset when you create something that you thought was gonna look like something else. If anything, just be like, I'm so happy I did that because now when I paint the next one, it's gonna look even better. And that is an accomplishment in itself. The last one is number 10, and it is use reference photos to help you grow. I didn't start doing this till recently, and that's why I put this on this list, because I just told this to myself a few days ago. The only reason that I started using reference photos is because of my YouTube, and people would always say, oh, paint this, and I was like,
I did not paint that. Oh my gosh, no.
but I decided to do it anyways. And my first piece was this one, and I was looking at this beautiful nebula. It looked like this, and as you can tell, it doesn't look anything similar. Like I guess they could be related, but they're not twins. When you look at reference photos, you are challenging yourself to create something that you normally wouldn't. You have to figure out different shading techniques and highlights, and you have to look at an image and consider what layer came in first. Those are questions you have to ask yourself. When you are using reference photos, it's like going to freaking art school. That's it. I think that was 10. By the way, I made this video 2 times already and the lighting was so bad I had to reshoot it. I hope that this one looks good. Yay, we're done. I hope you guys liked these tips and you got some good use out of them. But what are your tips? I want to know something that you would tell yourself or some tips that you would give yourself now. Please leave it in the comments below. But I hope you guys found these tips super helpful. Share it with a friend that you think it would help too. And if you want to see more videos like this, including my art tutorials, then hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you don't miss a post of mine. I post every Wednesday and Sunday. All right, peace out, Space Cadets.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment.